shocking political bombshell just dropped in the middle of the Diddy trial. President Trump was asked directly if he would consider pardoning Diddy if he gets convicted, and his answer has everyone talking.
You mentioned once in 2012 that Diddy was a good friend of yours back then. He has since found himself in some very serious legal trouble.
Yeah, that's true.
Would you ever consider pardoning him?
But the real drama started when 50 Cent heard about this and decided he needs to personally reach out to Trump to make sure he knows the full story about his longtime enemy. Want to know exactly what Trump said about a potential Diddy pardon, and why 50 Cent is now trying to influence the President of the United States? We're breaking down this explosive political and celebrity crossover that nobody saw coming. Before we dive into this presidential drama, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring that notification bell so you never miss the latest updates on this case. Let's get into it. Trump's shocking statement. During a news conference in the Oval Office, President Trump was asked a question that caught everyone off guard. A reporter directly asked him if he would consider pardoning Diddy if the music mogul gets convicted in his federal criminal trial. Now, this might seem like a random question, but it actually makes sense when you think about it. Presidents have the power to pardon people who are convicted of federal crimes. It's one of the most powerful tools the president has, and Trump used it frequently during his previous term and has already started using it again. Trump's response was surprising to many people. Instead of saying no or avoiding the question, he said he would consider it. Those were his exact words, that he would consider pardoning Diddy if he's convicted. This statement immediately sent shockwaves through social media and the entertainment industry. Here's someone facing serious federal charges including organized crime and trafficking allegations, and the president is openly saying he might let him off the hook. The timing of this statement is particularly interesting because it came while the trial is still ongoing. Diddy hasn't been convicted of anything yet, and the jury is still hearing testimony from witnesses. For the president to even discuss the possibility of a pardon at this stage is very unusual. Legal experts are debating whether Trump's comments could influence the trial in any way. Some think it might give Diddy's legal team hope and could affect their strategy. Others think it's just political theater and won't have any real impact on the courtroom proceedings. The fact that Trump even entertained the question shows how closely he's been following the case. The Diddy trial has become one of the biggest celebrity legal stories in years, and apparently even the president is paying attention. Trump's willingness to consider a pardon also raises questions about his relationship with the entertainment industry, and whether celebrity status might influence his decision-making when it comes to criminal justice. 50 Cent jumps into action. When 50 Cent heard about Trump's comments, he immediately sprang into action. For those who don't know the backstory, 50 Cent and Diddy have one of the longest-running feuds in hip-hop history. These two have been going at each other for years, and 50 has never missed an opportunity to criticize Diddy. 50 Cent's response to Trump's pardon comments was swift and strategic. He said he's going to reach out to President Trump personally to make sure he has all the information about Diddy before making any decisions about a potential pardon. This is huge because 50 Cent actually has a relationship with Trump. During Trump's previous presidency, there were times when 50 publicly supported some of Trump's positions, and they've interacted on social media before. So when 50 says he's going to reach out to Trump, he's not just talking. He probably actually has a way to get the president's attention. 50 Cent's statement was clearly designed to influence Trump's thinking about Diddy. He wants to make sure that if Trump is considering a pardon, he knows about all the allegations and evidence that have come out during the trial. The rapper's involvement adds a whole new dimension to this story. It's not just about presidential pardons and legal proceedings anymore. It's also about personal vendettas and hip-hop politics playing out on the national stage. 50 Cent has been one of Diddy's most vocal critics throughout this legal saga. He's posted about the case on social media, made comments in interviews, and generally seemed to be enjoying watching his longtime rival face serious legal troubles. Now, with the possibility of a presidential pardon on the table, 50 sees an opportunity to potentially influence the outcome. His plan to contact Trump directly shows how seriously he's taking this development. This also demonstrates the unique position that celebrities occupy in American politics and culture. Here you have a rapper who thinks he can call the president to discuss criminal justice decisions involving another rapper. It's a very 21st century situation. The long-running feud. To understand why 50 Cent is so motivated to get involved, you need to know the history between him and Diddy. These two have been feuding for over 20 years, and it goes way beyond just music industry competition. The conflict between 50 Cent and Diddy goes back to the early 2000s when both were at the height of their careers. There have been business disputes, personal attacks, social media wars, and public disrespect that has played out for decades. 50 Cent has accused Diddy of various things over the years, including business practices that 50 thought were unfair or unethical. Diddy, for his part, has generally tried to stay above the fray, but there have been times when he's responded to 50's attacks. The feud has included everything from subtle diss tracks to outright social media trolling. 50 Cent is known for his ability to get under people's skin, and has used those skills extensively when it comes to Diddy. Throughout the current legal case, 50 has been particularly active in commenting on every development. He's posted memes, made jokes, and generally seemed to be celebrating Diddy's legal troubles. This has rubbed some people the wrong way, but it's also very on-brand for 50 Cent. The fact that this feud has now potentially reached the level of presidential politics shows how deep the animosity runs. 50 isn't content to just watch from the sidelines. He wants to actively influence the outcome of Diddy's legal situation. This personal history makes 50's threat to contact Trump much more credible. He's not just some random celebrity trying to get attention. He's someone with a genuine, long-standing grievance who now sees an opportunity to have a real impact. The entertainment industry is watching this feud play out with fascination because it represents a new level of celebrity involvement in serious legal and political matters. What this means for the trial. Trump's pardon comments and 50 Cent's response are creating a strange side story to the main trial proceedings. While the jury is hearing testimony about serious criminal allegations, there's now this parallel political drama happening in the background. Legal experts are debating whether any of this external pressure or discussion could influence the trial itself. Some think it might affect how witnesses testify or how the defense team approaches their strategy. The prosecution probably isn't thrilled about the pardon discussion because it might give the impression that Diddy has political connections or influence that could help him avoid consequences even if he's convicted. For Diddy's defense team, Trump's comments might be seen as both good and bad news. Good because it suggests there might be a way out even if they lose the trial. Bad because it might make the jury think that Diddy expects special treatment because of his celebrity status. The ongoing trial has been intense, with witnesses like MIA, the former assistant, providing detailed testimony about alleged abuse and misconduct. The case involves serious federal charges that could result in life in prison if Diddy is convicted. Having the President of the United States publicly discuss pardoning the defendant while the trial is ongoing is unprecedented in a case of this magnitude. It adds another layer of complexity to an already complicated legal situation. Some legal observers think Trump's comments were inappropriate because they could be seen as trying to influence the judicial process. Others think presidents have always had the right to discuss their pardoning powers, even regarding ongoing cases. The jury is supposed to be deciding the case based only on the evidence presented in court. But it's hard to completely isolate them from the broader cultural and political discussions happening around the trial. The political implications. Trump's willingness to consider pardoning Diddy raises interesting questions about his approach to criminal justice and celebrity culture. During his previous presidency, Trump issued several controversial pardons, often for people with connections to his circle or high-profile cases. Some political analysts think Trump's pardon comment is part of his broader strategy to appeal to different demographic groups, including the hip-hop community and younger voters who might be influenced by celebrity endorsements. Others think it's just Trump being Trump, making off-the-cuff comments that generate headlines and keep him in the news cycle. He's always been skilled at saying things that get people talking, and this pardon comment certainly accomplished that. The fact that 50 Cent is now trying to lobby against the pardon adds another political dimension. It shows how celebrity feuds can potentially influence real-world political decisions in ways that would have been unimaginable in previous eras. Trump's relationship with the hip-hop community has always been complicated. Some artists have supported him, others have been very critical, and many have changed their positions over time based on various issues. The Diddy situation puts Trump in an interesting position because he has to balance potential political benefits of showing mercy to a prominent black entertainer against the serious nature of the criminal charges and the potential backlash from victims' rights advocates. Presidential pardons are always controversial, but they become even more so when they involve celebrities and when the decision-making process appears to be influenced by personal relationships or celebrity lobbying. Industry reactions. The entertainment industry is watching this political drama with a mixture of fascination and concern. Many people in Hollywood and the music business have strong opinions about both Trump and Diddy, and the intersection of these two stories is creating some interesting reactions. Some celebrities who have been critical of Diddy are probably pleased that 50 Cent is trying to influence Trump against issuing a pardon. Others who have maintained friendships with Diddy might be hoping that Trump follows through on his suggestion that he would consider clemency. The hip-hop community is particularly divided on this issue. There are artists who think Diddy deserves whatever consequences come from the legal process, and others who believe in supporting a fellow member of the community even during difficult times. Some industry insiders are concerned about what this says about the relationship between celebrity status and criminal justice. The idea that a famous person might receive a presidential pardon for serious federal crimes just because of their celebrity status is troubling to many people. Others argue that celebrities face unique challenges in the legal system, including intense media scrutiny and potential bias, so having the option of presidential clemency might actually help balance things out. The music industry has been dealing with various legal issues involving high-profile figures for years, but having presidential politics directly involved in one of these cases is a new development that has people talking. Record labels, management companies, and other industry businesses are probably watching this situation closely because the outcome could influence how similar cases are handled in the future. What happens next? The immediate question is whether 50 Cent will actually follow through on his threat to contact Trump, and if so, whether Trump will listen to what he has to say. Given their previous interactions and 50's profile, it's quite possible that this communication could actually happen. If 50 Cent does reach out to Trump, it will be interesting to see what specific information he provides and how Trump responds. This could become a very public lobbying campaign, or it might happen behind the scenes. The trial itself is still ongoing, and the prosecution is reportedly moving faster than expected. There are suggestions that they might wrap up their case as early as next week, which would move the trial into the defense phase more quickly than originally anticipated. If Diddy is convicted, the sentencing phase could take several months, which would give Trump plenty of time to consider whether to issue a pardon. It would also give 50 Cent and other interested parties time to make their cases for or against clemency. The political ramifications of Trump's pardon comments will probably continue to develop over the coming weeks and months. Other politicians and political commentators will likely weigh in on whether it's appropriate for presidents to discuss pardons for ongoing cases. Legal experts will continue debating whether Trump's comments have any impact on the trial proceedings, and whether they represent appropriate use of presidential communication about criminal justice matters. If you're following this wild intersection of politics, celebrity feuds, and criminal justice, make sure to hit that like button and let us know in the comments what you think about Trump's pardon comments and 50 Cent's response. The bigger picture. This entire situation represents something unique in American culture. The intersection of celebrity feuds, criminal justice, and presidential politics all playing out in real time on the national stage. The fact that a hip-hop feud that started over 20 years ago might now influence a presidential pardon decision shows how celebrity culture and politics have become intertwined in ways that previous generations never could have imagined. It also raises questions about equal justice under law and whether celebrity status should have any bearing on criminal justice outcomes. Some people think celebrities already get special treatment in the legal system, and presidential pardons based on fame would make that problem even worse. Others argue that celebrities face unique challenges and scrutiny that regular defendants don't have to deal with, so having additional options for clemency might actually help level the playing field. The case also demonstrates the power of social media and celebrity influence in shaping public opinion about legal cases. 50 Cent's ability to potentially influence a presidential decision through his platform and connections shows how much power celebrities can wield in the modern era. From a historical perspective, this situation will probably be studied for years as an example of how celebrity culture, social media, and politics intersected in the 21st century. Conclusion. The possibility of a Trump pardon for Diddy has added an incredible new dimension to an already explosive legal case. What started as a criminal trial about serious federal charges has now become entangled with presidential politics and celebrity feuds in ways that nobody could have predicted. Trump's statement that he would consider pardoning Diddy if convicted has opened up a whole new set of questions about celebrity justice and presidential power. The fact that he made these comments while the trial is still ongoing makes them even more significant. 50 Cent's immediate response and threat to personally lobby Trump against the pardon shows how seriously he takes both his feud with Diddy and his potential influence over presidential decision-making. This entire situation demonstrates the unique position that celebrities occupy in American society and politics. The idea that a rapper's 20-year feud with another rapper could potentially influence presidential pardon decisions would have seemed like science fiction just a few decades ago. As the trial continues and moves toward a potential conviction and sentencing, the political and celebrity drama surrounding the case will probably only intensify. Trump will continue to face questions about his pardon comments, and 50 Cent will likely follow through on his threat to provide the president with additional information. What do you think about Trump's willingness to consider pardoning Diddy? Is 50 Cent right to try to influence the president's decision? Should celebrity feuds have any role in criminal justice outcomes? And what does this say about the relationship between fame, politics, and the legal system in America? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. This is a developing story with implications that go far beyond just the entertainment industry. If this breakdown of the political bombshell helped you understand what's really happening behind the scenes, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe for more updates on this case, and ring the notification bell so you never miss breaking developments. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time with more updates on this unprecedented intersection of celebrity drama and presidential politics. Stay informed and stay engaged.